So what exactly is a whole grain? Well, grains consist of 3 different parts: the bran, the endosperm, and the germ. In most of our grain-based foods, like white rice, they have been processed to remove the bran. By removing this outer shell from the grain, the food has a smoother texture but has lost the fiber, vitamins, and minerals associated with the bran. The idea of whole grains comes from the concept of including all parts that are naturally found in a grain, including the bran, which holds most of the nutrients. Some examples of whole grains are barley, quinoa, brown rice, and oatmeal. The bran contains fiber, which helps with a healthy digestion and keeps us feeling full. Eating enough fiber has been shown to also keep our hearts healthy. Despite most of the emphasis being on the bran, the endosperm and the germ are still important and nutritious. While it is advised to opt for whole grains while you can, there are still important nutrients found in processed grains. Starch is a good source of energy and can be found in the endosperm. Proteins are building blocks for our bones, muscles, cartilage, skin, and blood. They provide a variety of nutrients that are essential for health and maintenance of your body. Finally, the germ contains antioxidants and certain vitamins. Antioxidants can help delay aging, while vitamin E specifically protects cells in our body from damage and keeps our immune system healthy. To check if the grains that you are eating have the whole grain benefit of fiber, check their nutrition label. So the Fiber in Foods exercise is an activity that you can do at home with your family. It will help you figure out different combinations of food that you can eat throughout the day to ensure that you're having fiber-filled meals. The worksheets for this exercise can be found in the link in the description box below. First, you're going to select foods from the Fiber in Foods list to fill up your fiber worksheet with at least 25 to 38 grams of fiber. Then you're going to choose foods for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack. Fill in the amount of fiber in each food. And then write your grand total of fiber for the day at the bottom of the sheet. Try to work on your list until you get your goal of at least 25 to 38 grams. So in our last workshop, we talked about different cutting styles and knife safety. But it's also important to keep in mind the different types of knives that can be found in a kitchen. Each of these different knives can serve their own purposes, which make them easier for you once you understand their strengths. So we're first going to start off with the chef's knife. It's also called a cook's knife, and it's an all-purpose kitchen knife that is used for most types of chopping, dicing, mincing, and slicing. The heft, weight, and balance of this knife allows it to be used for heavy-duty work with thicker cuts of vegetables, fruits, and meats. Next, we're going to take a look at the Sentoku knife. It's really similar to a chef's knife, but this knife has a Granton-style blade. This means that they have a row of identical dimples on the side of the blades. This style of blade prevents food particles from sticking to the blade and also allows a reduction in friction. As a result, you can get an easier and faster chopping motion with this knife. Sentoku knives are also used for chopping, dicing, and slicing food into more narrow or fine pieces. Next, we're going to take a look at the paring knife. This small knife has a straight, sharp blade that is generally 3 to 5 inches long. It's easy to handle and it works well for peeling and coring foods or mincing and cutting small items. It can be used with small ingredients such as shallots, garlic, and fresh herbs. Next is the serrated knife. Oftentimes, this type of knife is used for cutting breads because it has a long blade with a tooth-like edge rather than a smooth blade. A serrated knife with a short, thick blade can also be used for slicing fruits and vegetables. The utility knife is up next. So this small, lightweight knife is used for miscellaneous light cutting. It can be used to cut foods that are too large for the paring knife but too small for the chef's knife. For example, cucumbers, larger apples, smaller squash, and other mid-sized items. Similar to paring knives, it works well for herbs, shallots, fruits, vegetables, and large pieces of garlic. Finally, we're going to take a look at the tomato knife. So this knife with an oddly specific name isn't found often in most kitchens. It has a serrated blade, which is used to slice foods with a tough exterior and softer middle, such as tomatoes or salami. It's named specifically for tomatoes because the serrated edge is able to quickly slice through the skin of a tomato without squishing the flesh. It's similar to a bread knife, but it's smaller. Since chef knives are the most commonly used ones in a household kitchen, we're going to be covering today how to properly hold and use a chef's knife. On the back side, you want to make sure that the index finger is fully wrapped around the blade. The index finger and the thumb should be opposite each other on either side of the blade. The remaining 3 fingers are loosely curled around the handle. So for the first version of the claw, you want to keep your fingers tucked safely away while still being able to firmly hold the food. The side of the blade is actually resting against the first knuckle of the guiding hand, and so this keeps the blade perpendicular to the cutting board. A modified version of the claw grip, it has the first knuckle of the guiding hand resting flat on the food product, and then the fingers are curled again inward for safety. This time the knife rests against the second knuckle rather than the first. Taking a look at both of these types of claw grips, just choose whichever one is more comfortable for you. So I know a lot of us have gotten a lot more thorough with our hand washing over these past few weeks, but we want to wash our hands with the same steps before cooking as we would if we had just returned from the grocery store during a pandemic. The duration of the hand wash should actually take 20 seconds. First, you're going to wet your hands with water. Then you want to ensure that you apply enough soap to cover all of your hand surface. Then you're going to rub your hands palm to palm. Next, you want to place your right palm over your left dorsum with interlaced fingers and vice versa. Then you will place your hands palm to palm with fingers interlaced. Then you will place backs of your fingers to opposing palms with fingers interlocked. Next, you will wash your thumb by clasping your left thumb in your right palm and rubbing in a circular motion, and then do the opposite afterwards. After, we move on to rotational rubbing, backwards and forwards with clasped fingers of right hand and left palm and vice versa. Finally, we will rinse our hands with water. Make sure that you dry your hands thoroughly with a single-use towel. Then use the same towel to turn off the faucet. So finally, there's this activity that you can find in the description box below, and it's called My Journey to Healthy Eating. And so since we talked about fiber today, by going through this worksheet by yourself or with your family members, it can help you plan out the ways that you want to include more fiber in your diet. It can be especially tricky right now because a lot of things are out of stock in stores, but by trying to keep in mind the different alternatives and options that you have and the amount of fiber that you can get from each one can help you when you're figuring out what to purchase for these upcoming weeks. Alrighty, so we got through the nutrition portion of this workshop, and so now we're going to be moving on to the movement section. Today our intern is going to be leading us in a dance movement from our Pilipinx dance troupe. So feel free to follow along and get your body moving.
Hi, I'm Sarang. I'm a current UCLA student and I'm involved with the Samahang Filipino Cultural Night. I'm also an intern for the Asian Pacific Islander Forward Movement, specifically with the HEAL Project. Today, I'll be teaching you Jota Paragua, which is a Maria Clara dance. Maria Clara dances are typically courtship dances done in partners and have heavy Spanish influence. When doing Maria Clara dances, there are a couple things that you have to keep in mind about your body. So the first thing is your posture. So you want to have even better posture than when you're standing up straight. The second thing is the shape of our arms. So the arm movement that I'll be going over today is called a cuprado, which means curved. So it might be a little hard to see straight on like this, but if I put my arms up like this, you can see they kind of look like a circle, and that's important. Now we're going to start learning the footwork. So we're going to start by taking 2 steps with our left leg, crossing over 1, stepping out 2. See, on the second step, my leg is extended. So doing that again, stepping 1, 2. Then we're going to follow it by taking 4 quick steps, alternating legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now putting it together from the top. Stepping over 1, stepping out 2, step 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to repeat the process on the other side. Good. Now putting both sides together. Cross, out, 1, 2, 3, 4, cross, out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to add in the arms. So start by stretching your arms out like this, and then curving them in a little bit. Check your cubrado by holding them above your head, and you should see them look rounded, almost like you're trying to make a circle. So I'm keeping the arm that is leading in the front. The other arm is up above my head. So for the first step, my left arm is going to be out in front of me, and it's going to follow my foot. And then when I do the quicker steps, I switch my placement on the last one and start over again. Switch, cross, then bring it out, bring it forward, then switch, cross, and out, bring it forward, then switch. Now putting it all together a little bit faster. Setting our arms to cross, out, 1, 2, 3, switch, cross, out, 1, 2, 3, switch, cross, out, 1, 2, 3, switch, cross, out, 1, 2, 3, switch. So the second version looks really similar to the first one, but if you pay attention during the quicker steps, I'm moving to the side a little bit in order to switch to lead with the other arm and leg. So slowing it down a little bit, it looks like this. Again, I'm taking the 2 slower steps, and with the quicker steps, I'm going to start moving to the side. And cross, out, same as before, and start moving to the side and stepping out again. Now speeding it up a little bit, looks like this. 1, 2, 3, out, cross, open, 1, 2, 3, out, cross, open, 1, 2, 3, out, cross, open, 1, 2, 3, out. This last variation is a challenge option. So starting with the feet, we're going to start the same way as we have before, by crossing and stepping out with our slow steps. But now, we're going to use the quicker steps to turn. So cross, then step out, and step 1, 2, 3, then use the last one to step out. Again, we're crossing, open, and turning. Cross, open, turn, step out. Now adding in our arms, remember to set your cubrado, cross, open, turn, then switch when you step out. Cross, open, turn, and switch. Cross, open, turn, then switch. Cross, open, turn, then switch. Now, we're going to review all 3 variations and do them a little faster. So variation 1, setting our cubrado, then we're stepping, out, 1, 2, 3, switch, cross, out, 1, 2, 3, switch again, cross, out, 1, 2, 3, switch, cross, out, 1, 2, 3, switch. So we're going to do a little bit faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now variation 2. Remember, this one starts the same, but we're going to use the steps to move a little bit to the side. Cross, out, move to the side, cross, out, move to the side. Now a little bit faster. Cross, out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Now we're going to do the challenge option. So variation 3. Slow, we're going to cross, then open, and then turn, switch, cross, open, turn, then switch, again cross, open, turn, then switch, cross, open, turn, then switch. Alright, we're going to do this one a little faster. Cross, open, turn, then switch, cross, open, turn, then switch. Again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job! Now that we've learned all 3 variations, we're going to put them together and practice with music. So for the music that I have prepared today, we're going to do each variation 4 times, and then we're going to cycle back and do it again from the top, but then we're going to do it 2 times each. Let's get started.
The last thing that we're going to cover today is a recipe video made by one of our health educators at APFM, and she's going to be making veggie tortilla roll-ups for us today. So the recipe comes from Everyday Healthy Meals and is going to be linked in following slides, but let's take a look at how she made it.
Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Nola, and today we're going to be making veggie tortilla wraps. As you can see here, we have 3 different colored bell peppers, lettuce, a type of tortilla, hummus, black beans, a small can of green chilies, and this is optional, a small bottle of dressing. Alrighty, let's get started. Go ahead and start chopping up my bell peppers now. This is normally how I like to cut up the larger ones because we don't want the seeds to get all over the place. So I remove the core and I just kind of hit it, and I'm going to go ahead and repeat it for the other 2 bell peppers. Okay, once we cut off the cores, we're going to go ahead and chop them all up. I love seeing all the different colors. And fun fact, bell peppers actually have an excellent source of vitamin C. Yay, so now it's all chopped up, and make sure to clean everything up on the side. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my can opener, and these are my small can of green chilies. Adds a little bit of texture and spice. This device is not the easiest for me, so please bear with me. Mine gets to lock in place, so it is kind of nice. I'd be very careful with a can opener. I would not put my fingers along the edge. It could cause some serious damage on your skin, so I normally like to use like a spoon or knife to help me. Okay, I'm going to do the same with my black beans, and then I'm going to go ahead and take it to the sink to drain it out. I need to get all this bean juice out, otherwise we're going to have a leaky veggie wrap. If you can't have beans, totally fine. You can omit the beans and just have it with the hummus. I think beans are an excellent source of protein. Always, always, always clean up as you go, because we don't want angry roommates or parents. Okay. Gonna go ahead and open my tortillas. I chose these ones today because I have a roommate who's gluten-free and another roommate who's vegan, so these were a great alternative. You can use any type of tortilla, preferably whole wheat. Gonna open my hummus. I'm gonna spread it along one, and then the other one is gonna be spread with a dressing. Okay, this one's a roasted red pepper one. I like to use a spatula. You can also use like a spreading knife. I'm sure that'll work the same. This just adds a little bit of flexibility to the spread. I wouldn't try to overload on this spread because, again, we don't want a leaky wrap. Okay, here's my dressing. This is a type of sesame seed dressing. That's one of my favorites at Trader Joe's. Again, you can use different types of dressing. I'm sure people have tried ranch before. Other people have tried cream cheese. Okay, now just a teaspoon of green chili on each tortilla. Then we're gonna add a tablespoon of black beans. Always try to clean as you go because this could be a very, very messy process. Okay. Again, just a tablespoon. We don't wanna overstuff our wrap. Okay, once those are evenly placed, we're gonna go ahead and chop up some lettuce. Go ahead and get the harder to eat stem part off. This adds some flexibility to our wrap. Add an even amount of veggies on each. Okay, and let's get to wrapping. Okay, as you can see here, it's already pretty stuffed. I actually used to work at a taco burrito shop like 5 years ago when I was in college. So I normally pull the sides in and then I roll up from the bottom. Yep, it is overflowing, everyone. So don't worry, we're going to reinforce it with some extra tortillas in just a moment. Okay, just add it at the bottom. Yay, so let's go ahead and chop it down the middle. You could see how pretty these veggie tortilla wraps came out. Woo! So we're all done here. Add some toothpicks if you'd like. It just helps keep it together. I'm not going to eat these all in one sitting right now, so I'm going to actually put them in a storage container into our fridge after this video. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed this recipe. If you try it with any different dressings, any different protein, any different veggies or tortillas, please let us know. Take care, everyone. See you next time.